So I have a few minutes. I'm going to take a few minutes to talk a little bit about Summer Search. Some of you who are in this room have been involved for a couple of decades. Our founder, Linda Mornell, is in the room, who is another decade on top of that, 31 years, building this organization. Linda, can you stand? I don't... Thank you. Thank you. And let's be honest, some of you barely know the name of the organization. You just walked in the door because somebody got you here and you're not really sure what's going on at all. So we've got a wide span of knowledge here. So there are many things that Summer Search does really, really well. There's some things that are linear, very easy to measure. We can describe them quickly. We have clear metrics. So I'm going to rattle some of those off for those of you who have the sort of linear thinking. We're currently serving more than 700 young people in 26 high schools and more than 40 colleges and universities. We have a 100% high school graduation rate, a 95% college acceptance rate, a 92% college rate of matriculation to college. Yeah, we got more. We got more than that. Yeah. We have an 85% year-over-year persistence rate in college and a 72% college graduation rate compared to just 21% of low-income first-gen peers. I will add that 72% is also compared to just 57% of all students in the U.S., regardless of background, geography, income, or anything else. So, great statistics, right? Easy to talk about. Get them all out there. And for those who are oriented that way, perfect. The other part of what we do is a little bit tougher, which is the mentoring part. Specifically, the way we do it at Summer Search. So we do it in a way that focuses on an area that we don't talk much about in society in general. We certainly don't talk about it much in the context of nonprofits we support, and that part is reflection. So we're actually reflection specialists in disguise. We believe that to excel and build brilliant futures requires being able to learn from one's past, to course correct through mistakes and challenging times, to understand and celebrate one's identities, and to set goals and make plans. All of those things require an ability to reflect. In fact, to reflect very, very well. As successful adults, maybe an assumption, but I'll call you all successful adults. As successful adults, if you stop and think about it, reflect just for a second, the people that you know, and you understand the value of reflection and its relationship to that success. But there's no reflection class in school. Who learns reflection and how do they learn it? So I don't know about you, but my parents never sat me down and said, let's talk about reflection. They certainly never invited me to sit down and reflect with them. It's not really a day-to-day occurrence for most people. But at Summer Search, we are that class. We're maybe even a master's class, maybe even a doctorate level seminar in reflection, a skill that lasts a lifetime. So we find that being masters of silence and validation, of creating space where young people can talk, they often find the answers to the questions that they have. So we've all been in a conversation before where the pause is a little bit too long and a little bit awkward, and so we jump in. We jump in to fill in the space. We jump in because it feels uncomfortable. We jump in because we're sure we're right, and we got to get our right answer in there. And on the other side of that, how often are we sharing or talking with someone who we can tell is distracted, either on their phone or just in their own head, or they're just sort of standing there waiting to talk, sitting there waiting to talk? I do it. I've done it. I might have done it tonight. But our mentors don't do that. And that's the reason why we believe that having a team of mentors who are full-time staff members, not volunteers, is what gets the job done right. Mentors who are trained to be fully present and to be still and create that space for our young people. And oddly enough, there's a bunch of them in the room tonight. So I'm going to give a quick shout out to the mentors. If you want to raise your hand, stand. Thank you all for the work that you do. And so to that mentoring, we add 2 expansive summer experiences, which act as catalysts for reflection. Students are challenged by hiking and canoeing in the wilderness, many for the first time. volunteering in Central America, living on First Nations land in Arizona, or in a college dorm room in the summer just before they're going to fill out their own college applications. These are the heart of the program and what the mentors really start working that reflection muscle with, making meaning of those experiences, using the lessons learned to inform goals for the future. Our mentors really sit at the nexus of the art and the science of relationships. They're the experts in guiding our students from deflection to reflection, through the challenges of the high school years into realizing their short and long-term goals. The goals that help them get their applications in on time, the goals that help them get to college graduation, get them to thriving in adulthood with a sense of purpose and financial stability to plan for an even brighter future. Our students are in the program for up to 9 years, all the way through college, or 6 years out of high school. And then they get to join a powerful alumni network of more than 4,000 young adults all around the country. Some join our alumni boards, some join our staff, some join our boards of directors. I think there's probably a few alums in the room tonight too. A few alums out there? I think so. So you see, Summer Search is all about these summer trips, right? It's getting young people out of the city, going to amazing new places. Wait, right? Yeah. Maybe it's really about the search. Maybe it's about the searching for one's own paths, for one's own purpose, for the mentoring. The reality is that for too many young people, systems and obstacles block them from creating their own unique story. So for us, it's really about both. It's the perfect recipe of challenge and introspection, of pushing and reflecting, all to support our young people to thrive in their own stories. So we have the great privilege to hear from 4 of these authors tonight, starting with New York City educator and Summer Search alumna, Asia Cruz.